Hello. So after collecting all the ideas and doing some interviews, doing some surveys, cruising in some faculties, it's time to do the design and after that evaluate it. So without further ado and before I break my neck, let's start drawing. And you may ask, drawing, isn't your thing programming? And yes, it is, but programming takes a lot of effort, and if the final user doesn't like a thing, doesn't like a button, or he or she doesn't like any of the functionality, you can lose weeks of work. What's the solution? Creating a simple draft of your application in a simple material using simple tools like scissors, paper or pens, and then evaluate it, and if the user likes it, you can go further and start programming, and if the user doesn't like it, you just use this again and redraw all the sketch. And it actually helps you do more than evaluate. It helps you do more than just an evaluation. It helps you to focus your ideas on a physical medium, and some of them, after you draw the thing, do change. They start to something that might look good in your head might not be as good on paper. So it is a nice, cheap, fast way to get the whole concept together, and it's also a great source for evaluation and for feedback. So let's start with the thing. Okay, so it's just this simple. It's just you draw, and then some ideas will pop up and will help me do more functionality using the interface. So my first idea is to have like this, a full map which will be the main screen of the application, and on this map, on this view of a map, will be shown the whole wide world, which is going to create, or at least I hope it will, a feeling in the user that the whole concept of revolution can go beyond any kind of frontier and reach global scope. And so the whole map of the world is going to be here. I will draw it later, but the thing is, here will be South America. Oh dear. New pen. Like this. Well, it's not the best map in the world, but you know. As a matter of fact, it's not important not being able to draw good for designing a good prototype, but well, I wish I could draw better. In any case, the world would be just something like this, and here would be Europe, and well, yeah, this should be closer. And here would be this gigantic island, and here would be this gigantic not island, and here would be the kangaroos and some islands, and this would be the main view. And on this view there are going to be some little dots, for example one here, one here, one here, let's see, one here, or one here, and they will be representing the main the most important let's name it revolution, let's name it the more relevant or the more important demonstrations, revolutions, social movements. There will be a scale focused on the number of people, the impact, etc. And so that those will be the main movements. And after that, the user is going to be able to zoom. The idea of these dots representing the main options is to help the user learn that the map contains some information, and that you may be able to access it interacting with the map. And so it is expected from the user, and will test this presumption on the evaluation process. It is expected that the user will click on a zone in the map, and so by clicking on a zone, the map will change and the map will be zoomed. For example, if the user clicks on Spain, for instance, he or she will be zoomed, and he or she will get a zoomed view of the zone, focused on a country level, or on a continent level, or state level. It is something to discuss. And so when the user clicks on a more focused zone, he or she will get more dots representing local events that are maybe not so relevant on a global scale, but they are on a local scale. And so the user, in order to know what a movement is about, to get more information, he or she is expected to hover on a dot or click on a dot, and while she or he hovers with the mouse on the dot, some lines will start appearing, and they will be traveling to all the dots, representing the connections between movements. And also the dots will have different colors indicating different types of movement, and yeah, that should be the event that happens when a user hovers on a element. And then the most important interaction on a web system is to use a click, but with the mouse. So the user is expected to click on the element that was hovered, and when the user clicks, there is going to be not a new view, but the screen will slide a bit to the right and it will reveal no more than a third of the screen. Well, a third of a new screen, and it will be trimmed. So this will be the visible section of the website. And on this new size, there is going to be information about the movement. There's going to be some hierarchy, and so there will be here a title. There is going to be a description. There is going to be a media section with pictures, with videos, external links, etc. And then after that there is going to be some related movements and the consequences of this particular social movement. For instance, this, let's call it A, and this one will be called B. It will have a relationship with B, and after that some consequences. So that should be the other one. And of course, when the user clicks on this hyperlink, the map will return, and the whole system will be now focused on this element. So after that, there is going to be some more functionality, such as for instance, there is going to be a button here which will be placed on the bottom right of the screen, and it will have some it will resemble a clock, indicating that when the user clicks on it, he or she will be prompted with a timeline like that. Well, maybe a bit more straight, but that's the thing, with some points in time. And as it should be expected, for example, when you click on one of these, you can get back in time and see what was going on that period of time. Also, the system is going to focus on art and how art is involved in this kind of movements, and so there is going to be a art timeline which will cover some examples from musicians, from painters in this period of time, the selected period of time, and in the selected region. And it's going to be kind of a slide just like this. It won't take much of the screen, so it will be something like this, and it will have some pictures or videos. So this should be the thing. And there are some more ideas, but this is the main core of the application. I hope you like this video, and if you have some ideas for the prototype, or if you don't like my design and want to do something, want to tell me what was wrong, what could I do better, just feel free to tell me, and I will be extremely thankful. So thank you, and see you in the next video.